He was watching the sleeping girl when suddenly a large number of FBI agents burst through the door, pinning him to the ground. It turned out to be a joint arrest by the FBI and the DEA. Soon, the police found a large amount of contraband and weapons in his home, including 2 heavy firearms. This meant he would face serious criminal charges, yet he remained completely unfazed, confidently waiting for his father to bail him out. He was instead met with devastating news. His father, in order to protect the family's interests, had struck a deal with the prosecutor, urging him to plead guilty in exchange for a reduced sentence of 4 years. This sudden turn of events was hard for him to accept, but under his father's insistence, he reluctantly agreed to the plea deal. During the trial, he calmly admitted his crimes, but the judge ruled that his possession of heavy weapons was intended to protect his contraband. Following the minimum sentencing guidelines, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Only then did he realize that both he and his father had been tricked by the prosecutor. 7 months into his sentence, a prison guard suddenly escorted him to the infirmary, where he was met by none other than the prosecutor who had deceived him and a woman. The woman introduced herself as a special agent. She had discovered that he had been thriving in prison, building friendly relationships with various gangs and even running a side business renting out adult magazines. They were impressed by his ability to get along with anyone and how, with just a few words, he could effortlessly make those around him open up. Just like the female agent before him now, they wanted to make a deal, transfer to another prison and get close to a serial killer to extract the location of a body. They suspected the killer had murdered 14 young women, but the police had only found 1 victim. To secure a conviction, they needed to locate the other bodies. However, the prison housing the serial killer was specifically for mentally ill inmates, and he outright refused the request. The female agent then offered to reduce his remaining sentence of 9 years and 3 months if he could find the body's location, but he still refused. She countered by warning that the killer was appealing his case. If successful, he would be released, leading to more young women being harmed. Yet he insisted it had nothing to do with him. Hoping he would reconsider, the agent left him a file on the killer, urging him to think it over carefully before making a decision. Back in his cell, he couldn't resist flipping through the file, and the case records inside left him utterly shocked.